Radio check, radio check. Hello everyone, and welcome to the live stream. It's race day. Sorry for a bit of delay for the starting of the stream. I was just negating and passing by a technical issue, but here we are. And I guess we missed nothing because on the formation lap, Isaac Haja crashed and we had a delayed race start. Unfortunately, uh, different from Brazil, no driver started the race this time again. If you guys would have seen the Brazilian race, even after the aborted start, a few of the drivers went on to begin another formation lap, but not this time. So, yeah, the formation lap 2 is now underway, and we have 19 drivers, technically 17 on the grid because Liam Lawson and Oli Bayman are starting the race from the pit lane. So, yeah, the second formation lap is underway. And looking at the conditions at the moment, they are quite treacherous, to be honest with you. Uh, it's not heavy rain, but still it's drizzling to an extent where you can't get off intermediate tires anytime soon because it's like constant spraying and raining. And also, the main thing is that there's a lot of gust of wind as well. So, very tricky conditions out there, which caused one rookie out of five on the grid to out of six, technically, if you count Lawson as well, to crash out. So, yeah, we have five rookies on the grid, so a bit less carnage. Let's see where this start pans out because I'm quite excited about the start. And yeah, if you guys are normal viewers to this channel, you might know I make starting videos as well. So a good or bad news, I know don't know. The starting grid graphics have changed. So finally I was like settling into the graphics and was like, okay, we have got hold of this graphics now. There we are with some new graphics. So yeah, a bit of work to do, but that's another thing. Focusing on the race, we have the two McLarens starting on the front row. Looking at the race pace data, the McLaren seem mighty. Like they seem to be absolutely head and shoulders ahead of the rest of the field. May it be the testing data, may it be the practice data. But in wet weather conditions, all of the advantages are negated out. We have seen that in many a times in the past. And I was seeing a fact where out of the last 24 races which have been affected by rain, Verstappen and Hamilton have won 21 of them. So yeah, as I'm saying, in the wet weather, the advantage is negated out and it's more on the driver feeling and feedback. So, Max starting P3, you cannot discount him. Oscar Piastri, we all know Lando Norris maybe struggles a bit on the start. Not a much, he has corrected it. But yeah, George Russell is a good driver as well. Can it be Hamilton, Leclerc, or anyone else? We'll find out. Drivers are now lining up on the grid. Different runners will have a kind of advantage on this chart is that they won't have to negate through the spray like the other drivers would have to. And drivers, just a confirmation, drivers starting on the pit lane are Lawson and Behrman. So the 17 drivers lining up on the grid. It's lights out and away we go. Just a second. Yeah, just a few. It's one, two, three, 4, 5. For the first time this season, it's lights out and away we go. It's a crawling start. Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, Nip and Max Verstappen has a rocket start, goes alongside Lando Norris, tries going round turn 1 but is unable to do so. Lando Norris leads into turn 1, then it's Oscar Piastri and then Max Verstappen and George Russell. Max had a rocket start, tried to overtake Lando onto turn 1 but unable to do so. So yeah, all drivers safely make it through the first few turns, no crashes involved. There is Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen has overtaken Oscar Piastri and now moves up to P2. George Russell stays P4. Charles Leclerc is now up to P5. Lewis Hamilton is still down in P8. We have Lando Norris leading Max Verstappen down into Sector 2, followed closely by Oscar Piastri, George Russell, Charles Leclerc, Yuki Tsunoda, Alex Albon, and Lewis Hamilton rounding out the top 10. It's yellow flag. Yellow flag on the track. Yellow flag. Oh, who's crashed? Jack Doohan has crashed. Jack Doohan has crashed in his home race. It's safety car, safety car, safety car. In the early stages here is the second crash and the second rookie. Duan is okay, that's the best thing to note. But Jack Duan is out. Well, I said at the start of the stream, five rookies on the grid won't be a good idea to be honest. Kimi Antonelli, who is one of the rookies as well, started P16, is now P14. So yeah, he has negated it safely. Gabriel Bot Gabriel Bo- sorry, Gabriel Bortoleto. It will take a bit of time, but yeah, please mind with that. So Bortoleto started 15th, is 15th. Lawson started from the pit lane. So yeah, we have safety car deployed. Wow, that was a hell of a start to be honest. From the start, I'll run you back to the start in a few minutes time. And why is Carlos dropping? I think Carlos is in the pit lane, or has he a punch or something like that. I'm not sure. As soon as I get the display, I will share with you guys because science is definitely dropping off the field here. So okay, so let's take a look at Jack Doohan, the fast right-hander on the track. Oh, okay, still no worries there. Oh, steps it. Tries to go for a bit more power and loses it on the rear end. Still, I would like to see if no one has clapped in on the back. Okay, no. It was Jack's own mistake. Just a bit more throttle and bam into the wall. Wow. Oh, Carlos Sainz in the wall. I thought Carlos is dropping. No, Carlos Sainz is in the wall now. Wow. That's amazing. Oh my god, how's that happening? Under safety car conditions, it seems like Carlos Sainz has dropped it and is into the wall now. Carlos is okay and is stepping out of the car, but I think it will take a long time to clear this now. Okay, let's see. He had Carlos Sainz. To the final corner. Oh, drops it. That's a okay mistake, to be honest with you. I mean, see, as I said, the conditions are quite greasy and treacherous to be honest. I will just listen to his engine. Oh, just drops it. Okay. Carlos Sainz is saying that something from the engine has seemed to given him too much power, and that might be the issue for his crash. But it is what it is. Carlos Sainz has crashed. Isaac Haja has crashed, and so has Jack Doohan. So we have okay. So safety car will pass to the pit lane now. Message from race control: safety car to pass to the pit lane. So as I was saying, that's quite a hectic start to be honest with you because I thought because if you guys might have been seeing past few races, the races have been quite smooth on the start. Maybe rain, dry, sun, winter as well in Las Vegas. But this time around, with the rookies on the grid and maybe a technical issue for Carlos Sainz, we have already had three retirements before the end of the first lap. So yeah, the safety car driving to the pit lane now, and the marshals are now on the track to recover Carlos's car. I think it should be done in 5 minutes because the track is quite open and has quite a lot of open spaces. So won't be an issue to clear the cars off. So yeah, that was a hectic start. And as I was saying, as soon as I see the race start on my screen, I will run you guys through the race start as well. And you can see on the screen the pit out logo because the cars are driving to the pit lane now. So yeah, thank you for all the support. Please don't forget to like the stream and subscribe the channel. It really helps and motivates me a lot. So yeah, thank you very much. And on the screen, just okay, the track is drying. Charles Leclerc is saying the track is drying up quickly. So can we see inter tires in next few laps? From my visual analysis, which don't matter at all, at least to the teams which have loads and loads of data, it seems the track is drying. The rain. Okay, the race start here. We'll talk about later. Let's take a look at the race start. Lando, Oscar had an even Steven start, but in the second phase, Max Verstappen was like able to get to the gears quickly and was almost alongside Lando Norris down into turn two. But what happened was he was right down the outside and had no room. But bam, old switcheroo through turn two. Max Verstappen, the traditional Max Verstappen, goes to the switcheroo, switchback of dreams. Oscar was a bit twitchy there on the power, but we all know Max Verstappen is probably one of the best drivers on the current grid. In terms of the driving, on board with Max, top three hadn't even launched, to be honest. But then, as the start progressed, Max was quickly on the gears. Tried round the outside into turn one, didn't work. Oscar ran deep, quick traction, quick power for Max Verstappen, and then through the inside up to P2 there, Max Verstappen. So the championship protagonists from 2024 are currently P1 and P2. That's absolutely amazing. And as soon as Max ran through the first sector, it was safety car because here we can see Jack Doohan again. Just lost it on the rear end, and we have safety car right out now. So yeah, thank you very much for all the support. Please don't forget to like the stream and subscribe the channel. Your help and support really motivates me a lot. So yeah, Jack Doohan, I think it was a hefty crash to be honest with you because that's a high speed section of the track, and to crash there, it will damage the car as well as the driver's confidence quite heavily as well. And that's McDoohan, Jack's father, not at all happy with the incident because he would have had a lot of hopes from his son there. That's Carlos and Carlos Sainz. As I said, on the final corner, under safety car conditions, just lost it. So yeah. And to be honest with you, I think I'm quite sure with the experience Carlos has through the final few corners, Carlos Sainz would have been just negating through the throttle quite gently and smoothly, but still not sure how the crash happened. Carlos reportedly saying that the car went into anti-stall mode or something like that. But yeah, we will get the confirmation from Williams in a few minutes' time. The safety car is still out of the track and negating the driver slowly and steadily through the wet patches here. Isaac Hadjar's car has already been recovered, but the main thing is Duan's car because it's stranded right in the middle of the track. So yeah, but yeah, the main thing, guys, here is the location where Jack's car has been stranded. There's a truck on track. See, I mean, the cars are going slowly and there's safety car and all the stuff. But we all know the incident of um, Jules Bianchi. Sorry, I just freeze out there. Jules Bianchi, there was a truck collector car on the track. In these wet conditions, Bianchi lost control of his car and went straight into into the vehicle there. Surely the conditions are much more better, but could there have been a red flag if we have a recovery vehicle on the track? That's a thing to talk about later. Uh, so Hadja's car has been recovered. Duan's car is almost about to be recovered, and I think okay. Antonelli radio. Okay. Huh. Kimi Antonelli's radio. Peter Bonington, the race engineer for Kimi Antonelli and not Lewis Hamilton now, came on the radio and said Kimi that from the replay it seems that Duan lost it on the white lines. So avoid the white lines if possible, please, because it seems that Duan lost on the white lines. And in response, Kimi said that yeah, I also experienced it and they are quite slippery as well. So yeah, Carlos Sainz's car hasn't recovered now. Hadja's car has been recovered and Duan's car to be recovered in a few minutes time. So I think in around 5 minutes or maybe 2 laps time, the race should be underway. And I hope it's a standing start for the sake of entertainment, to be honest with you. So thank you very much everyone for tuning in. Please share your predictions, thoughts in the live chat. It will really help to make this stream a bit more better and interesting, to be honest. Okay, so drivers in the pit are currently Liam Lawson and Ollie Bayman. Okay, sorry, it's Ocon. Oh, my bad. So Ocon and Lawson are currently into the pit lane now for a set of new intermediate tires because, yeah, why not? They both are anyways running at the back of the grid, and in safety car conditions, they won't lose much. Instead, on a warmer set of intermediate tires, it will be much more better for them to start the race. So, yeah. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so how many laps of safety car? I guess there should be maybe a couple of laps, maybe if not maximum 3 laps of safety car to be left. And from visually as well, it seems that the track is drying quickly. The showers, the extent of showers had reduced to quite an amazing extent as well. So I think the race chart will be even more tricky as well because the conditions, in some parts it's still intermediate conditions, but in some parts it's like at the borderline of the slick and the inter tires. Norris radio. No significant rain expected in the next 30 minutes, so that's quite interesting as well. Will the drivers go on for a set of inter tires or will they change to the slick tires? It's a headache for the strategists, but and fun view for the us viewers as well. So yeah, still safety car is out there, and just a moment. Carlos's car has been recovered as well now, and I feel maybe in a lap or two, the race will start as well. But what I'm wondering here is which tire is the right tire here? Because as I said, the track is drying up quite quickly, which means that intermediate tires are currently the best tire because in this crossover drying type conditions, inter tires give the best performance because they don't require a lot of heat to go into them as well, but still provide enough amount of grip. So inter tires are definitely the ones to go for. Uh, but the main thing here is for how long? Because the rain has stopped, and according to some team radios, rain is expected in around 30 minutes time. So, okay, so there is some comment. The funny thing, loser who never been a track playing the expert. Sorry, mate, Umberto, I didn't understand that. If you can justify it, I will really love to understand what you are saying. Here, the race start, Lewis Hamilton had a good start, almost wheel to wheel with Charles into turn one. Oh, but Charles Leclerc ran just sliding a bit wide there, and Lewis Hamilton had to back off, and then in turn was overtaken by Alex Albon, and then he tries to reovertake Albon, but yeah, it's not possible in such wet weather. So yeah, we have we are on lap 6 of 57 of the Australian Grand Prix, and according to my knowledge, all the 3 cars have been cleared now. So maybe on the next lap, the race should be underway. So yeah. Please don't forget to like the stream and subscribe the channel. As I'm seeing few streams which are like around 20K live viewers, and we have 4. So yeah, let's get to 10, 15, 20 viewers. It will really motivate me a lot, and maybe by the end of the year, we'll be also right to some good number as well. It's now lap 7 of the Australian Grand Prix. The safety car is out, and I think the safety car should be in this lap. Okay, safety car in this lap, safety car in this lap. Gear up for the race start. It's gonna be absolute cinema, to be honest with you. The safety car in this lap. Okay, Lando is being asked about the track conditions and is saying there are a few wet weather patches in the last sector, but the rest of the track seems to be quite okay. Okay, so safety car is in this lap. Lando Norris is still following the safety car quite closely. Okay, he drops back now. The cars are entering the final sector. Safety car in the pit lane now. And we are in for an absolutely banger of a race start here, guys, again. Okay, again, Max doing Max things. He's just following Lando quite closely on his raving there. Okay, so Lando has gone already. Even before the penultimate corner, Lando Norris has decided, okay, it's enough, and he's gone, and it's back to racing. Lap 8 of 57 of the Australian Grand Prix. Max Verstappen just a bit more behind Lando Norris, and then through the spray of the cars, we have Oscar Piastri, George Russell, Charles Leclerc, Yuki Tsunoda, Alex Albon, Lewis Hamilton, Pierre Gasly, and Fernando Alonso. Max Verstappen gaining with the help of slipstream, but still is quite behind, and it's Lando Norris leading into turn 1. Then we have Verstappen, Piastri, Russell, Leclerc, Tsunoda, Albon, Hamilton. Oli fastest lap of the race for Oli Behrman. Well, obviously there has been no complete lap, but still, Lando Norris already out at front is checking out a bit. The gap between Max and Lando is already 7.5, 8 tenths now. So yeah, on the run down to turn 9 and 10 now, which is almost a flat out section. Not not sure it will be flat out in wet weather as well. Okay, safety car infringement noted for Alonso. So Fernando Alonso has been noted for a safety car infringement. Lando Norris is detaching a bit from the field now. The gap out at front is almost 1 second. But Oscar Piastri is now all over the back of Max Verstappen here. So the McLaren seems to be quite quick in this conditions, and it doesn't seem to good for racing because the McLaren seem to have an out and outright advantage on the rest of the field. To be honest with you, so Lando begins lap 9 of 57 of this Australian Grand Prix. Gap out at front, 1 second. Then we have Max Verstappen in P2, Oscar Piastri P3, Russell P4, and Charles Leclerc P5. So no Khan is there on this second restart. Okay, so Fernando Alonso is now under investigation for a safety car infringement. Maybe he might have jumped the safety car or overtaken a car before the safety car line. We'll find out shortly. On board with Lewis Hamilton, currently running in P8, started P8. Hamilton has not been making such huge progresses at the moment. His teammate Leclerc started 7th and is running 5th, but yeah, still lap 9 and a lot of racing laps to be done. Okay, in a few moments' time, as I stop the commentary, Max Verstappen is now all over the back of Lando Norris. 2 tenths the gap out at front. Oscar Piastri has now dropped back a little. Max Verstappen now sets the fastest lap of the race. Oscar Piastri, who is running in P3, is 1.4 seconds behind Max Verstappen. So I don't know. Is it a magic switch or something like that? Max has like rammed on rails at the moment and is charging after Lando Norris. Again, Lewis Hamilton in the mini screen not able to make any huge inroads on Alex Albon and Yuki Tsunoda. Also, so Yuki Tsunoda is also under investigation as well for a safety car infringement. So thank you very much for the patience there. As I was saying, we are on lap 20 of 57 of this Australian Grand Prix. Max Verstappen has been overtaken in wet weather, which still doesn't seem possible to my ears in wet weather drive. But what happened was into sector 3, Max Verstappen ran a bit wide onto the curve, collected a bit of water, and then into the braking zone, went a bit deep, and then was easily overtaken by Oscar Piastri. And now looking at the lap times, Piastri and Norris is doing a 130.5. Piastri is on a 130.8 and Max is on 131.9. So yeah, with respect to the leaders, Max is losing quite a lot of time. But when you look at further back, Leclerc 131.8, Russell 132.1, then Tsunoda in 33s, Albon in 33s, Hamilton in 32s. So yeah, compared to the rest of the field, Verstappen is doing great laps. But on the radio as well, Max is coming on the radio and saying that his tires are gone and he will need to pit. But what's the scenario here is if Max pits now and if the weather clears out in 10 minutes, he would have to pit once again and then he will lose track position. But if it rains again and if he doesn't pit on the current set of tires, it will be impossible for Max Verstappen to carry on because his tires have been damaged quite a lot. So yeah, noise radio. Okay. So on noise radio, his engineer is saying if it stays dry, will stay on the current set of tires because the tread on the tires is almost starting to degrade now. So it's almost being converted into an uh, slick tires. And if it rains, then Lando will come into the pits, and Lando very calmly and composedly said, "Okay, agree." Okay, Lando seems to be in control by the words he was speaking. And on the last lap, Lando Norris set a 130.7 and Piastri 130.1. So Piastri just starting to release his right foot a bit more now and trying to catch on to Lando Norris because it's its home race and he will really dearly love to win this one. So yeah, focusing on the battle between Alex Albon and Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton, I think, for the whole of the race is stuck behind Alex Albon and is unable to overtake him. We all know that Williams is quite a slippery car in the straight line, which is not at all helping Lewis Hamilton in his quest to overtake Alex. Further, his teammate Charles Leclerc is currently in P5 and is almost 11 seconds ahead of Lewis. So yeah, Lewis will need to overtake Alex and Yuki as soon as possible for his own race's sake. Let's see what lap times Oscar and Lando do on this lap. Lando Norris a 130.2, Oscar Piastri 129.7, another half a second quicker than Lando Norris. So Oscar Piastri is just getting into the rhythm now and trying to catch after Lando Norris. The main thing here is talking about Verstappen. He's the rain will stop in 3 laps, says Oscar's race engineer. The main thing to be noted here is about the intermediate tires. What are the specialities is that they are quite amazing in this transitioning phase of dry to wet, dry to intermediate conditions. But the main disadvantage they have is the drop off. As soon as an intermediate tire is done and the grip is gone, you will need to pit. You will need to pit this way or the other because looking at Max 3 to 4 laps ago, Max Verstappen was running in P2, and currently Max is 10 seconds behind Lando Norris. So he has almost lost around 3 seconds per lap on the current set of tires. So all the drivers, instead of track position, I think will be prioritizing their tire health because once these tires are gone, there's no other option than pitting. And as the teams have been confirming, in around 15 to 20 minutes of time, the track should be very much dry and it will be suitable for dry tires. So anyone pitting for okay, Hamilton radio lost guessing. Hamilton is saying that he has lost guessing. That's not great to be honest. But on track, he is almost half a second behind Alex Albon now. and looking for an overtake down into turn one with DRS. Let's see if he's able to do so. The main thing is through the final few corners, that is, let me see on the track map. It's 14, 15, and 16. Okay, it's 12, 13, and 14. The last three corners on your screen. Um, Lewis Hamilton is not able to get as much of good traction as Alex Albon is able to. So what's happening is after the third DRS zone, Lewis is almost within touching distance of Alex Albon. But through those traction corners, Alex somehow is able to get much better traction and is able to pull off away from Lewis. So yeah, still Hamilton is stuck behind Alex Albon. And sorry for the lag on the timing screen because a lot of people have tuned in to watch the race. So yeah, a bit of lag, but sorry about it. Lap 23 of 57, and that's the same scene. Lewis Hamilton trying to overtake Oscar Piastri there. Sorry, Alex Albon, my bad. It's my dream of Lewis to overtake Piastri, but it will come true surely. On the last lap, Lewis Hamilton 1.3 seconds slower than Charles Leclerc. So this overtakes needs to be completed as soon as possible by Lewis. He is going looking for an overtake down the inside of turn 9, but still a car in behind Alex Albon. Maybe on the next lap, if he's able to keep it clean on this whole lap. See, Lewis almost in an overtaking distance of Alex Albon there, but through the final three corners, Alex is able to get the traction better exit, and Lewis again drops behind. So yeah, for another lap, Lewis stays behind Alex there. That's really quite frustrating to be honest with you. And also, thank you very much for everyone tuning into the live stream. Please don't forget to like the stream and subscribe the channel. It really helps and motivates me a lot. If you have any more suggestions for how the stream should be done, like maybe the difference in commentary or maybe some elementary data, please do share it with me. Here is Max Verstappen. The tires seem to be okay, but what the main thing I'm noticing here is that's the tread that's on the inter tires to run the rain off the side is degrading quite a lot. So seems to be the case with Lando Norris as well. Okay, so that's interesting. Oscar Piastri is now 1.7 seconds behind Lando Norris there, so I won't be quite surprised if Oscar goes for the overtake there because we all know Oscar can get a bit aggressive sometimes. It's his home race, the first race of the season. It's okay. Lewis Hamilton side by side with Alex Albon. Wow, Lewis Hamilton was side by side with Alex Albon, and even with DRS, was unable to overtake him. This just shows how quick that Williams is on a straight line. And then through these final few corners, Leclerc radio, Leclerc asking, "Is there a leakage of water on the seat?" So a bit of concern there going on for Charles Leclerc. Lap 26 of 57. Still 30 laps to go in this Australian Grand Prix. The charge for Oscar Piastri has settled down a bit. Like I think Lando would have been said by his race engineer that you are being followed very closely by Oscar there. So get your feet down to the pedal. And Lando Norris has responded not by much, but on the last lap, Lando Norris was a 129.6 and Oscar Piastri was a 129.3. So Piastri gaining by 3 tenths there on the last lap on Lando. Max Verstappen is now 15 seconds behind the leading pack, which is quite used to be honest with you, considering 6 to 7 laps ago he was chasing behind Lando Norris for the race lead. Then further back we have George Russell in P4, 23 seconds adrift of Lando Norris. Charles Leclerc in P5, Yuki Tsunoda P6, Alex Albon P7, and Lewis Hamilton still running in P8 and somehow trying to overtake Alex Albon if possible. The gap between them always comes down to around 5 tenths, but Alex Albon, uh, by one way or the other, is able to keep ahead of Lewis Hamilton. The gap between Leclerc and Hamilton is now 16 seconds. So, yeah, Hamilton is losing now almost a second and a half to 2 seconds, being stuck behind Alex Albon there, which is quite frustrating. On the last lap, Max Verstappen was 1.5 seconds slower than Oscar Piastri. So yeah, Max is really struggling out there with the tires. I will just like to see what's the delta between Max and George. On the last lap, Max was a 130.2 and George a 130.1. So yeah, George is not gaining much on Max there. So Max is like kind of in a no man's land, 15 seconds behind Oscar, but 8 seconds ahead of Oscar on George Russell. Again, through the final corner, on the last lap, Lando did a 129.1 and Oscar did a 129.1 as well. So the McLaren almost trading fastest laps and equal lap times at the moment. Talking about the switch from um, intermediate to dry tires, I will say the transition for those will be something around 1 minute 27 to 1 minute 26 because that's I think the ideal condition for which the drivers can bet for a dry weather dry tire. Let's see here, Lewis Hamilton on the track map again, very close behind Alex Albon. Finally, can you overtake Alex on this lap? Lewis, ready go. Okay, on the radio, Lewis Hamilton doesn't seem to be quite happy with the race engineer. Every time his engineer pops in, Lewis is just saying, "Just leave it to me, just leave it to me." So yeah, a different environment, taking Lewis taking a bit of time to settle in. On board here with Kimi Antonelli, who is driving quite amazingly, to be honest here. Started P16 up to P11, and now, oh, loses there a bit. But yeah, Kimi Antonelli is not afraid of throwing it onto the curves here in this wet weather. In P11, 9 tenths behind Fernando Alonso. Oh, that's a lot of curb taken in this weather. So yeah, Antonelli is quite confident in this type of conditions and finds the mojo out of him in such conditions. So yeah, that's good to see. P11 chasing after Fernando Alonso, who is currently in P10. Lewis Hamilton still 3.5 tenths behind Alex Albon and unable to overtake him. That's the same story being repeated lap after lap after lap. Looking at this, I remember the Lewis Hamilton Pierre Gasly type of battle from Imola, where for almost 25 to 30 laps, Lewis was just unable to overtake the car of Pierre Gasly, who was in an Alpha Tauri, to be honest, at that time, which seems to be like quite a long while ago. Here is Lando Norris unlapping Oliver Behrman, so is Oscar Piastri. Man, come on, it's getting quite boring. Can anyone please type something in the live chat so that we can at least converse something about three viewers? It's almost impossible to talk, please. I will just really request everyone, if you have any some thought suggestions, please share them in the live chat because I'm seeing some viewers have like 22,000 viewers and here I'm sitting with 4K viewers, which is not at all exciting and motivating. So I will really love to have some more viewers so that I can even get the confidence. Okay, like I at least know to speak about Formula One, right? Towards turn one, here we have Oscar Piastri now within DRS range of uh, Lando Norris, unlapping the likes of Esteban Ocon there. The gap is down to 3 tenths. Oscar Piastri is now all over the back of Lando Norris there. So yeah, as soon as Oscar has been released from Max Verstappen, he seems to be quite confident with his car, and slowly and steadily, lap after lap, has been gaining over his teammate Lando Norris. Still has two DRS zones left on this lap. Let's see what he is able to do there. Okay. So what's happening here currently is the rookie of the season, Fernando Alonso, has crashed, which we all know. You can see on the screens about it as well. But the track is getting a bit more gloomy at the moment. And few moments ago there was sun out on track, but now we can see a lot of clouds. Also, there are increased chances of rain now as well. So, what's the issue here is if it rains, and as much I know, I think all the drivers except Ocon and Behrman are on a set of slick tires. So, if it rains, and it is predicted to be a class 2 or a class 3 rain, which means it's gonna be quite heavy. And if it does, then it will be really very difficult for everyone to stay on track, even stay on the racing line as well. So yeah. So about it, Lando Norris has been talking on the radio. If it's gonna rain, I will pit right now. But his engineer is saying if it skirts by, it will be a really big issue for us because behind the safety car, if Lando pits now, I think he will surely come out in P16. So it's really a tough situation for drivers and the engineers out there. Okay, Ocon radio. Okay. So on the Ocon radio, as I was saying about Ocon and Behrman, what they are doing currently here is staying out on track on a set of inter tires, hoping it rains, and if it does, I think they will be in a box seat to absolutely go racing out there. But if it doesn't, I think it will be a huge drawback for the Haas team, which is Ocon is conversing the same thing on the radio. We are lap 39 of 57 and have currently 18 laps to go, and still the car of Fernando Alonso hasn't been recovered yet. So yeah, it's taking quite a long time to recover because the car is stranded absolutely in the one of the narrowest portions of the track which has no runoff area. So yeah, current tire Norris, Piastri on hards, Verstappen on medium, Russell, Leclerc, Hamilton, Gasly, Antonelli and Stroll on hards, Sunoda, Albon, Hulkenberg and Bortolet on a set of medium tires. The wind speed around the track is quite fast, but in some parts of the track it's like gloomy as it's gonna rain in the very next moment, while in others the sun is out like nothing has happened. So yeah, it's quite tricky if you're a driver out there to especially go for the right tire. And safety car is still out, 18 laps to go, and I'm not sure when the safety car should. I think it should be in a few laps now because I was not able to see. Okay, so see, as I was saying, in the final sector, it's so gloomy that it looks like it might rain any moment now. But in sector two, it's like summer heat. So yeah, very tricky for the drivers out there and for the race engineers as well. The car of Fernando Alonso has been recovered now, and I think on the next lap we should be back to racing. So yeah, share your predictions. I think it's not worthy of a season opener because in the conditions we are having currently, it's very hard to overtake because the drivers won't leave the dry racing line. As going off the racing line will mean that there will be a lot of patches of water, but on the racing line, it's unable to overtake a car sitting right behind it. So yeah, a bit boring race. I think barely I have seen just overtakes from Kimi Antonelli, and that's it. So yeah. Hope there are a few more actions in these final few races, final few laps. And the main thing here is Norris and Piastri are on a set of hard tires, but the likes of Verstappen, Albon, and Tsunoda are on a set of medium tires. So what does this mean in the okay? So the lapped car are now overtaking the safety car. The lapped car are overtaking safety car. So maybe Lando Radio. Okay. So his engineer is saying Lando again that the rain, if it comes, it will be at least more than a lap or two. So Lando is just saying that we should go on interest right now. But the main thing here is Lando, if you go on inter right now and it doesn't rain, your race will be screwed up. So yeah, Lando radio again. Okay, that's the same thing as engineer is saying. We do not want to pit for the wrong tire, which is the right and a sensible decision. Decision here. Again, a brain lag, but yeah, which is the right call because okay. So behind the safety car, I also noticed it. Lando Norris, whilst letting other drivers past, he locked up quite heavily, which won't be good for his tire and his teeth condition because that might have caused quite an hefty flat spot on his tires. Lap 40 of 57, all the lap cars have now overtaken the safety car. So maybe on the next lap, okay, Bayman is in the pits now. Ollie Bayman in the pits. I think Haas have decided it's not gonna rain and it's not worth it of risking it out on a set of winter tires. So yeah, as I was saying, the lap car will overtake the safety car, and I think by the next lap also the racings will be underway. But the main thing I was discussing is the tire delta because the likes of Norris and Piastri are currently on a set of hard tires, and Max Verstappen is on a set of medium tires. So what the current situation is, for the last 10 or so laps, all the drivers have been running behind. Okay, the safety car is ending now. The safety car is in this lap, safety car in this lap. What's the situation is, for the last few laps or so, all the drivers have been behind the safety car. And what does this mean? Behind the safety car, you're driving on a very slow speed, which doesn't mean that your tires don't. Oh, my laptop crashed with the table there. Yeah, no worries, but as I was saying, behind the safety car, what's the main issue is you are running quite slowly, which means that you won't be able to generate the heat and temperatures required for the tires to be in the optimal window, which is one drawback. But another thing in current situation is, as it's a wet weather, okay, we can see that who was that? Someone locking up. I didn't notice that. But in this cooler conditions, it's really hard for the tires to warm up, which in turn means that whilst they are behind a safety car, it's a disadvantage of being on a hard tire because it takes a longer time to warm up. Plus the wet weather, it's again another huge disadvantage because your tire will not gain the surrounding heat for them to be warmed up. So I think for the first 2 to 3 laps, Max Verstappen will have a huge advantage, at least over Oscar Piastri, the driver that is in front of him. And if he's able to overtake Oscar and Lando very soon, I think it will be an interesting race. But if the McLarens pull out, in a few laps, the tire heat will eventually come into the favor of the hard tires and they will be able to just pull off. So, yeah. Okay. Norris, even before the mid part of the second sector, has decided to go and it's green flag running. The safety cars in the pits and Lando Norris puts the pedal onto the floor and it's green flag. We have 16 laps, 15 laps. Okay, it's 16. 16 laps left into this Australian Grand Prix. Lando Norris leads us down into turn one. It's Oscar Piastri in P2. Max Verstappen is P3. Then we have George Russell, Charles Leclerc, Yuki Tsunoda, Alex Albon, and Lewis Hamilton. No incidents or crashes still at the moment. Everyone is negating quite safely and steadily through this a bit damp track. I think the dry line has formed in 3 laps class. Well, that's interesting. Leclerc's engineer is saying in the next 3 laps we have a class 3 rain expected. And what they mean by class 3 rain is constant good amount of rain. It's not very quick to a class 5 rain, like it's maybe constant good amount of rain, and also it's gonna last for 2 laps. That is approximately 5 minutes time. So if it does rain, I think it's gonna be very interesting for the drivers, especially for those on the hard tires, because as I said, they gain heat very slowly and they lose heat very quickly. So it will be very difficult for those on the set of hard tires to keep their buggy onto the racing line. So we have Norris, Piastri, Verstappen, Russell, Leclerc. There is Kimi Antonelli that is right behind the back of Pierre Gasly, looking to overtake for P9. I think the only driver who is racy in this track on this current situation is Kimi Antonelli because I haven't seen any other driver going for an overtake so confidently and bravely as Kimi is. So yeah, young talent, second youngest driver in the history of Formula One, youngest driver on the grid. and doesn't hesitate to go for a move there. Here we have Alex Albon on a set of okay, the DRS is now enabled. DRS is now enabled, and anytime now, I think it should start raining. Sorry for the lag in the data. As many viewers are watching on the current streaming app, it's lagging to quite an extent, but sorry about it. Okay, Lando is saying, I think it might rain next lap, and his engineer is confirming it as well. I think it's raining now because the track seems to be quite hazy, which means the droplets might have started falling. But yeah, I noticed now, out at front, in a lap and a half, the gap between Norris and Piastri is 2.2 seconds. Man, Lando is flying out there. And I think the track is getting quite gloomy at the moment. And Yuki Tsunoda overtakes Charles Leclerc. Well, that's amazing. The RB overtaking in Ferrari. Okay. See, as I was saying, it supports my theory of the medium. It's not a theory; it's the fact of the medium hard tire. Tsunoda on a set of medium tires easily overtook Charles Leclerc on a set of hard tires. Even though Leclerc is in a Ferrari, but yeah, 5 second time penalty for Gabriel Bortoretto for an unsafe release. So yeah, lap 44 of 57, and the rain has started. So the rain has started, and the drivers on a set of hard tires will really need to be very careful because going off the racing line will mean absolute cinema for them. Yuki Tsunoda, under pressure from Charles Leclerc, there locks up because yeah, the rain has started to show the effects now. Lewis Hamilton, Alex Albon, George Russell Radio. Russell Radio, Russell's engineer is saying they forecast it won't be possible for them to stay on dry tires, which is quite interesting because see, if anyone pits and if the rain doesn't get intense, they will lose a huge chunk of lap time. But if anyone is staying out, I think staying on in class 3 rain on a set of hard tires is not at all possible. Let's see Arisha Leclerc with DRS looking to overtake Tsunoda. Leclerc doesn't overtake him, stays behind Yuki because the McLarens are off. The McLaren Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri both are off. Lando is drifting. Lando has spun. Oh sorry. Oscar Piastri has spun. Oscar Piastri has spun into the grass and is beached. Oscar Piastri is beached and is spinning the rear wheel. It's over. It's all over for Oscar Piastri. Max Verstappen is now the leader and Lando Norris is into the pits. Well, that's some absolute drama. Russell in the pits, Albon in the pits, Hamilton stays out, is up to P3. Lando Norris chucks in on a set of medium tires, but that's dreadful. As I was saying, it's going to be an absolutely dreadful show for everyone staying out on the track. Half of the field is pitted and half of the field has not. Okay, Lando and Lawson are even overtaking each other out of the pit lane now. Now let's see what effect this has on Lando's race because okay, is Oscar able to get the car out? He's slowly putting the car in reverse mode so that he can at least finish the race. Verstappen set to box now. Verstappen set to box. I think Lando has done a good move by pitting there. Ferrari should have pitted Lewis as well. Staying out, I think, has absolutely destroyed his race. But yeah, as I said, it's gonna okay. So I think Oscar is out now. His rear wheels are spinning and slowly and steadily. His reverse okay. Oscar is out of Oscar is finally out. That's good thinking of Oscar, not panicking. Oscar Piastri is out on the track and at least he's not out. Max Verstappen is the race leader. And but interesting thing to be noted here is Lando Norris is on a set of inter tires and Max Verstappen for a whole lap has crawled on a set of medium tires. Max stays out. Max is staying out. Max Verstappen is staying out on the racetrack in such heavy weather conditions, heavy rain. I mean, that's some interesting strategy from Red Bull there. Oscar Piastri, after a whole minute of tour in the grass, is finally into the pits and pits for a set of medium tires. But Max Verstappen stays out. Well, that's interesting. So if the rain gets heavy from here, I think it will be game over for Max Verstappen. But if it doesn't, that an absolute masterstroke from the likes of Red Bull, Mercedes, and Alpine. But if it does, I think it will be a clown show. Well. It's getting quite interesting now. I would like to see what's the state of the rain because Landon or Verstappen Radio. Max is saying we need to take a decision very quick because it started to rain now. Let's keep an eye on the gap between Charles Leclerc and also Lando Norris, which is the main thing here. Norris is 18.3 seconds behind Charles Leclerc. Leclerc on a set of hard tires, Norris on a set of winter tires. So I think this will give us a clear indication of which tire is the best. Because looking at Max, he's absolutely crawling and drifting throughout the whole track. I think they need to pit now. Max has been said to stay out. Max is staying out. I think Red Bull are risking it, and they feel that it won't rain much heavily. Okay, Max in the pits. Max is in the pits now. So I think Red Bull thought of risking it out, but then they made a decision like, okay, it's not at all safe for them to stay out. But what does Lewis pit or he doesn't? Okay, Lewis doesn't pit. Well, that's absolutely stupid from Lewis. Lewis Hamilton doesn't pit and he stays out and is now the leader of the Australian Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc also stays out and is currently P2. And it's absolutely pouring now. I think the Ferraris are going to finish last today, to be honest with you. Because it is not at all possible in this whole world to stay out on the track on this current set of tires. I don't know how are the Ferraris. Oh, Lawson has crashed. Lawson has crashed. What's happened? Okay. I think that should be a safety car. It's a safety car. Come on. Safety car, safety car. Lando Norris has taken the lead of the race, but Lewis Hamilton in a Ferrari is P2 and it's a safety car. And if the rain eases out and if the soft, harder tire is a quicker, I think it's a master stroke from Ferrari. Well, Ferrari have absolutely aced the strategy here by staying out on a wetted track. I think, Lawson has helped quite a lot in this quest, but yeah, Ferrari staying out. And if Lando wouldn't have even overtaken Lewis, uh, I think it would have been an lead for Lewis Hamilton and maybe even a possible victory there. But yeah, still, I think it's quite a lot because Liam Lawson is in a part of the track where the runoff area is very close. So yeah, the car of Lawson should be recovered in a lap or two. And if it dries, okay, Lewis in the pits, Hamilton pits, so does Leclerc. So yeah, all my happiness is vanished. I'll take all my words back. Well, I think it is maybe just too wet because if the teams would have thought that it's dry enough, Ferrari will were in absolute prime contention there to score some good amount of points. But yeah, Hamilton, Leclerc both are in the pits now. But interestingly, Hamilton is ahead of Charles Leclerc. So yeah, similar to the Mercedes scenario. Lewis's teammate and Lewis start far apart on the grid, but eventually finish into the same position there. Well, if it wouldn't have rained and the rest of the teams would have been a set of inter tires, it would have been an absolute masterstroke there for Ferrari. But now they are P9 and P10. Still, they are scoring some points. But yeah, it will have been quite interesting for Ferrari to be on the podium there. Well, I'm demotivated now. Okay. But currently at the moment, Lando Norris is P1, Max Verstappen is P2, George Russell P3, and Alex Albon in a Williams is P4. Man, that's amazing to be honest with you. Alex Albon, P4 in a Williams at the start of the season. It's possibly a dream come true for Williams. I think now we have 10 laps left into this Australian Grand Prix, and everyone is on a set of intermediate tires. Bro, I was so happy a few moments ago. I was like, okay, see, I'm making a plan. Let the track dry out. What we can do, Hamilton on hards, Leclerc on hards, Norris on mediums, eat him up, and there we go, the race win. But yeah, it's not happening at the moment. Here's Gabriel Bortoleto. Let's see what's happened to him. Oh, onto the curb and spins out. Oh, and loses his driving as well. Well, that's quite an hefty impact. But he was lucky. And has he beached it or is he running yet? Well, that was a huge, huge, huge impact for Gabriel Bortoleto. Well, this rain has converted this race into an absolutely dramatic one, to be honest. Sometimes it Leclerc leading, then it's Hamilton leading, then it's Norris leading, then Norris stays out, then Norris pits, then Hamilton leads. Okay, well, Liam Lawson, I think, was collected there by Gabriel Bortoleto. Well. That's few moments ago I was saying this as one of the most boring race, but I take my words back because I think rain is a kind of thing which makes each and every Formula One race quite exciting. So yeah, this is Lewis Hamilton on a set of dry tires. Let's see. Yuki Tsunoda, wow, Yuki. Yuki Tsunoda almost collected Lewis Hamilton there, but yeah, Hamilton with his beautiful mind and years of experience stays out of the drama. 14 on 57 of the Australian Grand Prix. We are still behind the safety car, and there have been no symbols of the safety car coming in. Hamilton radio. Okay. Ham- Hamilton was saying, please save it. If it wasn't gonna rain much, we have lost a huge, huge advantage here. And I absolutely agree. If Ferrari would have stayed out on this current track and if the track would have dried out, Lewis would have easily won the race, to be honest. I think Ferrari, by mistakenly, uh, had a master stroke under their belt and they have thrown it away. Let's see, as soon as the race restarts, we will have a much better idea of what the situation would have been. Here's Leclerc overtaking Tsunoda and overtaking a few other drivers. And I think, yeah, Leclerc was just like boxed in by a few other drivers, and Lewis Hamilton just took the absolute advantage and overtook Leclerc there. As I was saying, gap between Leclerc and Hamilton was 17 seconds, and now Hamilton is ahead of the Leclerc. So Lewis has that kind of luck factor as well, but that's his skill as well, which almost gives him the edge in the race conditions. So yeah, but still I'm gutted. If Ferrari wouldn't have pitted in a multi-universe, I think they would have been for the race win surely because the sun is out. The sun is out now, and if Ferrari would have kept it on track for a few more laps, I think they would have been in at least for a podium. But yeah, see, the main thing to talk about here is if Ferrari would have stayed on the track and if the track dries out, I think it's a win-win situation for both the Scuderia. But if the track doesn't dry out and it's wet, then I think both the Ferrari drivers into the first corner are going straight into the wall. So yeah, it's really a risky decision, but I think Ferrari have gone for a safer option by at least picking up some points because see, few points are at least better than no points. So yeah, and if the things stay as they are, McLaren score 26 points, Red Bull scoring 18, and Mercedes score uh, 10 points. So yeah, if Antonelli is able to overtake Albon somehow, Mercedes will be able to take the lead of the constructors championships. I mean, that will be absolutely an amazing story, to be honest. Let's see, we are currently under lap 50 or 57 of this Australian Grand Prix, and still the safety car is out. Maybe I think in a lap or two the safety car should be in, but still thinking of Ferrari, if they would have stayed out, I think it would have been an absolutely amazing strategy. Ferrari. People mock you about bad strategies. And once you got an amazing strategy and you have bought it. Man, the sun is out now. Come on. I think the Ferrari boys will be absolutely gutted by this. And it's how let's see how it all began. Into the penultimate corner, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri both were leading the race, and both of them went straight into the gravel. Lando was able to collect up his car, but Oscar Piastri unfortunately spun into the gravel track, and it took a while for him to recover back onto the track. And doing so, Oscar is currently into P13. Then it was Max Verstappen who overtook Lando Norris for the lead. But then the rain started to intensify, and the likes of Norris, Verstappen, almost everyone except the Ferraris pitted. And after everyone has pitted, it was Lewis Hamilton leading the race, and Charles Leclerc was into P2. Then the rain started to get even more stronger. So Lando Norris overtook Lewis Hamilton, and then Liam Lawson crashed, and we had the safety car out now. But the track is now drying up, and if the Ferraris would have been on a set of hard tires, they would have won the race. That's as simple as that. The safety car is ending now. We are currently on lap 50 of 57. So we have 6 laps left in this Australian Grand Prix. So yeah, it's a 6 lap shootout between everyone now. Let's see who's able to survive, who takes the win, because still few parts of the track are a bit wetter, but still I think the hard tires would have been the tire to be, and maybe on the final few laps Ferrari would have reaped the advantage of it. But yeah, safety car is in this lap, safety car in this lap. The Ferrari is currently running P9, P10. Oh man, I still won't be able to forget it, because if Lewis would have won it in his first race of Ferrari, I think it would have been an absolutely amazing story. Absolutely amazing story. But yeah, ifs, buts apart. Lando Norris has decided to go now. It's green flag, and we are racing again for a 6 lap shootout here at the Australian Grand Prix. Lando Norris leads them down into turn one. Then it's Max Verstappen, George Russell, Alex Albon, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli's P5. The track is a bit wet, so yeah, lucky Ferrari are not on a set of hard tires, or else they would have been yeeted by everyone else. Lando leads them into turn one. Then it's Max Verstappen. Then we have George Russell into P3, Alex Albon P4, and Kimi Antonelli currently in P5. If Leclerc overtakes Lewis Hamilton there. Come on, man. I was very happy that Lewis at least finished ahead of Leclerc, but yeah. Charles Leclerc now overtakes Lewis Hamilton. George Russell is now all over the back of Max Verstappen there. Then we have Lance Stroll already 4 seconds behind Kimi Antonelli in P6. Hulkenberg in his Sauber. What? I saw it right now. Hulkenberg in his Sauber is currently running P7. Gasly P8. Leclerc P9. And Ferrari of Lewis Hamilton is in the final point swing position. I hope Kimi overtakes Alex here. Mercedes will be leading the Constructors' Championship if this happens. Through turn 10 goes the car. Lando Norris has an advantage of 1.4 seconds ahead of Max Verstappen. George Russell P3, Alex Albon P4, and then we have Antonelli in P5. Here is Charles Leclerc going to overtake Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton taking the inside line. Lewis Hamilton was just boxed in a bit by the car ahead of him, that is Pierre Gasly. Leclerc goes on the outside, and there you go, moves up to P9. Kimi Antonelli 8 tenths behind Alex Albon at the moment. I will be repeating this till the stream end, because no one would have thought after the end of round one Mercedes will be leading the Constructors' Championship. But if Antonelli is able to overtake Alex here, it will be Mercedes that lead the Constructors' Championship. Looking at the track at the moment, I think the track is quite wet, and it will have been difficult for the likes of Leclerc and Hamilton to keep it on track on a set of hard tires. But if Ferrari, I think it was worth a gamble, because currently Ferrari is scoring just 3 points, and I'm think that 3 points won't affect the championship quite a lot. So yeah, here is Charles Leclerc, who is right on the gearbox of Pierre Gasly in the Alpine. In the straight line, Leclerc is gaining and gaining all the time. Goes alongside Pierre Gasly into turn 9. Will he go for the move? No, he sticks behind. Charles Leclerc lives to fight for another day. Out at front, gap between the leader is 1.2 seconds. Oh, there's a twitch of oversteer there for Charles Leclerc, which might give Lewis Hamilton an advantage. Oh, Leclerc goes onto the grass. Oh, Leclerc bit Lewis Hamilton side by side Charles Leclerc, but unable to overtake him. Going for the switcheroo there, Lewis Hamilton down the inside. Leclerc leaves some space, but yeah, Lewis leaves to fight for another day. Amazing battle going on there between the Ferrari boys as well. We are currently on lap 54, 57. 4 laps to go. Lando Norris leads. Max Verstappen is a further 1.2 behind Norris. Then we have George Russell running into P3. Alex Albon P4 and Kimi Antonelli is running into P5. Thank you, everyone who are tuned in. Okay, Gasly is slow. Charles Leclerc trying to overtake Gasly and it does so. Side by side with Pierre Gasly into turn 4. Charles Leclerc, Pierre Gasly. Lewis Hamilton joins the party. Lewis Hamilton overtakes Pierre Gasly as well. Synchronized move there from Ferrari. Move up, they both move up a position. P8 Leclerc, P9 Hamilton. Antonelli is zero point 0.5 seconds behind Alex Albon now, and surely he will be going for the overtake as well. Again, repeating, if Antonelli overtakes Albon, Mercedes will be leading the World Constructors Championship. Antonelli is gaining three tenths is the gap into turn 9 and 10. Again, there's another straight. Oscar Piastri side by side with Pierre Gasly into turn 9 10. That's a ballsy move around the outside to wet, but yeah, uh, Oscar Piastri just tucks in behind Pierre Gasly, and the DRS is now unable. DRS is now unable, so the next lap, all the drivers who are within 1 second of the car ahead will get the assistance of DRS. Kimi Antonelli 6 tenths behind Alex Albon, who is currently running P4. We are currently on lap 55, 57 of the Australian Grand Prix. 3 laps to go, and it's Lando Norris who leads the Australian Grand Prix. And just for information, Max Verstappen has been leading the Drivers' Championship for the past 1,000 days. So if Norris wins the race, he will be the only driver after Charles Leclerc in 2022 to take the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Kimi Antonelli again very close behind Alex Albon in P5. The rookie, the youngest driver on the grid, against one of the quite experienced driver. Here is Oscar Piastri down the inside of Pierre Gasly and moves up to P10. So the Aussie at least scoring a point on his home race. Uh, Focusing on to Antonelli, 5 tenths. I think it's oh, Verstappen is gaining. Verstappen is gaining on Norris. Gap between Verstappen and Norris is now 6 tenths. So yeah, the race win is absolutely on. I think we have 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go. We are currently on lap 56 of 58. We have 3 laps to go, and Max Verstappen is right all over the back of Lando Norris. Sorry for the confusion there. I'm getting a bit more excited. There is Lando Norris round the final corner. Max Verstappen just 7 tenths behind him with DRS is gaining. We all know Max is a beast in these kind of conditions. And if he even has a sniff of taking the position, he surely will. Let's see what happens here. Through turn one, gap is down to 6 tenths now. Kimi Antonelli also is just 5 tenths behind Alex Albon there. So we'll be focusing on those two battles, the battle for the lead and battle for the P4. Russell has dropped back a bit from the likes of Verstappen and Norris and is running 5 seconds behind them into uh, noise radio. uh, Lando has been said, Verstappen has DRS, the pace is in the car, don't overpush. That's the main thing, because if Lando overpushes here, I think it will be all done. All the hard work done by Lando throughout this whole race will be done, because Max is a wily old fox and he won't let a race win slip away so easily. 2 times the gap, Max Verstappen all over the back of Lando Norris. Through the second DRS zone, the gap is again up to 5 tenths. Lando Norris somehow through the crucial traction zones is able to get the traction and keep Max Verstappen at bay. Kimi Antonelli overtakes Alex Albon and moves up to P4. And if the thing stays as they are, Mercedes will be leading the World Constructors Championships. Through the final lap, the gap is seven. Through the final, the Why am I getting confused? Norris and Verstappen start the flying lap. Gap is 7 tenths. Verstappen has DRS and is gaining. is gaining. Gap is down to six and shuts the DRS, slams on the brake pedal. Both the drivers are sliding through the first corner and giving the absolutely maximum. Lando Norris gaining 3 tenths to the first corner. Antonelli is under investigation for unsafe release. Let's see if it does get a penalty or not. I hope for his sake it doesn't, because he's currently in such an amazing position that he is helping Mercedes score a huge amount of points. Gap is 7 tenths. Verstappen and Norris. Those are now only a few overtaking spots are left. Let's see if Verstappen goes for the move. The penultimate overtaking spot, Verstappen with DRS is gaining all over the back of Lando Norris now, but I think it is just a bit less of a speed there for Max Verstappen. Gap down to 5 tenths, 4 tenths now, 3 tenths, but Max Verstappen, the braking zone arrives and is unable to overtake there. The second and the final DRS zone on the track, Max Verstappen. It might be his final possibility to take the race win. Verstappen is gaining, but is unable to do so. Okay, it's a 5 second time penalty for Kimi Antonelli, which might drop him. I think it might be safe for him. He'll still stay in P5, but Kimi Antonelli might be overtaken by Alex Albon after the penalty is applied. Oscar Piastri overtakes Lewis Hamilton. The crowd stand and wave their approval for Lando Norris, who wins the Australian Grand Prix and takes the first round of the season. Lando Norris keeps Max Verstappen and bay, who finishes P2. George Russell is P3. Kimi Antonelli finishes P4, but because of 5 second time penalty, finishes P5. Lance Stroll in an Aston Martin is P6. Hulkenberg is P7. Charles Leclerc P8. Oscar Piastri P9. And for his first race of Ferrari, Lewis Hamilton is P10. But Lando Norris, in the first race of the season, wins the Australian Grand Prix and takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. It's after 1,000 days that a driver has taken a lead of the Drivers' Championship apart from Max Verstappen. That's an amazing drive from Lando Norris. In the maybe dry or wet weather condition, he kept his cool, no mistakes there, and takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Calm radio there from Lando Norris. Oof, little bit of pressure. That's it. That absolutely amazing calmness there from Lando Norris. I think he's prepared. I think he's prepared for the championship to take on Verstappen. Still, see, that's what Max Verstappen is. Even his teammate hasn't even finished the race, but even with not such a great car and in the changing conditions, Verstappen has finished P2 and still has kept the championship. See, it's the first race, but still is in the contention for the championship. Well, that's amazing. Amazing race. The first half of the race wasn't that exciting, but as soon as the rain has arrived, I think the race has been a kind of its own, to be honest. Let's take a look at Oscar Piastri overtaking Lewis Hamilton here with DRS through the long straight into turn 9 and turn 10. Around the outside, Hamilton squeezes him, but Oscar Piastri keeps the foot in and overtakes Lewis Hamilton. So that was an amazing brave move there from Oscar, who at least scores a point in his home race. After being beached into the grass, was able to get the car out and scores a crucial 1 point for McLaren. So as the team standing stand, McLaren scoring 27 points and Mercedes scoring 25 points. So yeah, amazing race for Mercedes. If Kimi Antonelli wouldn't have had the penalty, both of the teams would have been level on points. Amazing race there for Mercedes. Amazing race there for Lando, who takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. George Russell also wasn't seen quite a lot throughout the whole race, but kept his calm, kept his cool, and I think he was for most of the race was staying in P3. The Mercedes was not as quick so that it can challenge the likes of the Red Bull or the McLaren. But still, I think George kept his calm and it was a good race for Mercedes. I think they will be quite happy and content with the position they have. P3 and P5, even after Kimi's penalty. Driver of the day, Lando Norris. There you go. Finally, okay, no, I was wrong. It's Max who is not winning the driver of the day. I think was also a worthy candidate because started P16 and finished P4 on track, which is quite amazing for a rookie, where the other rookies, see, if I talk, Haja crashed. Oh, my phone just absolutely died there. Haja crashed, Duan crashed, Lawson also crashed. Alonso is a rookie crash as well. Bortoleto also crashed. So yeah, amazing for a rookie to bring his car home on in P4 in such weather conditions. So yeah, Lando Norris now climbs out of the car and gives the fan a sign of thank you. Wow, that was an amazing race. That was an absolutely amazing race, to be honest with you. And yeah, it's Lando Norris leading a Formula One championship for the first time in his career. That's absolutely amazing. McLaren leading the constructors. They are not new to leading constructor championship. We all know they were the champion last season. George Russell, Max Verstappen shaking hands. Russell coming home in P3, Lando Norris P1, and Max Verstappen is your winner of the Australian Grand Prix. That's it for the stream, guys. Still, I'll keep the stream on, and let's run through each driver's race bit by bit, looking at the position. First is Lando Norris. Started from pole, had a great start, and was keeping Max at bay for throughout the whole race. I mean, as the rain started to come down, Oscar was maybe slowly and steadily rolling in and catching in on Lando, but Lando kept his head, kept his cool, and kept on leading. As the rain started, he made the right call and pitted on an absolutely right time. The likes of Hamilton and Leclerc stayed out. So what happened was they were leading the race for some time, but eventually the Ferraris pitted as well, and Lando came out of this pit stop cycle, leading the race. After the restart, Lando was under a bit pressure there from Max Verstappen, but still Lando kept his calm, cool, and composed head and brought the car home in one pace. Absolutely amazing drive from Lando, and this just shuts every maybe we can say pundit's mouth to say that Lando Norris is not ready for driver championship. He is. His driver proved he is. His calm and composed head showed he is. His team showed, his strategy showed, his radio messages showed he is. Lando Norris was absolutely calm there, and it's a scary thing. The McLaren is quick, Lando is calm, and it won't be an easy nut for crack for anyone else to take the win there from Lando. So yeah, Max Verstappen again doing Max Verstappen things. May it be any weather conditions, any type of car. Even Max's car was quite slow in some share of the race where he was losing like around 3 seconds per lap because of the dreaded tire, but still finishes home in P2. That also just 8 tenths behind the leader, which is quite amazing to be honest. Then we have George Russell in P3. As I said, Mercedes, especially Russell, was not seen throughout the whole race, just did his own work, was not landing into troubles, was quite slow than the likes of Verstappen and the McLarens, but still had the likes of Ferrari under his radar. So yeah, amazing race there for George coming home in P3. Alex Albon in a Williams, absolutely mind-boggling for a Williams to finish P4. Still quite amazed that Williams can finish P4 in the first half of the season. Good hold of points. Kimi Antonelli, I think, was the driver of the day for me. Started P16, finished the race in P4, but because of a post race penalty, is currently P5. Lance Stroll P6, Hulkenberg in a Sauber scores the first point. Well, last season the Sauber didn't score a point whole season. Hulkenberg is P7, Leclerc P8, Piastri P9, and Hamilton, this first race of Ferrari, rounds out P10. Then we have Sunoda, Gasly, Sunoda, Ocon, and Behrman, who are the finishers. And the drivers who did not finish were Lawson, Doohan, Alonso, Sainz, uh, Haja, and Doohan. Okay, so what I said? Lawson, Bortoleto, Alonso, Sainz, Doohan, and wait, I'm getting confused. Lawson, Bortoleto, Alonso, Sainz, Haja, and Doohan are the drivers who did not finish. So six out of the five rookies on the grid were not able to finish the race, and Antonelli finished the race in P5, which is quite impressive to be honest. Let's run you guys through Lando's interview there. It was amazing, thank you. Tough race, especially with Max behind me. I was pushing, I was especially last two laps. I was a little bit stressful, I'm not gonna lie. But amazing way to start the year. A tough one because we went off and we made some big mistakes, went to the gravel, a lot of damage. Just tricky conditions, but these are the ones that are enjoyable and fun and unpredictable. But this time we got it all right and we got on top. Again, about the calmness, Land is saying, we did a lot long last year, so we learned from the mistakes. We lost our Silverstone and Canada throwing race like this. So we will learn from our mistakes, I think. It's still only round of 24 and dealing with the pressure and Max, dealing with Oscar behind. I was pushing the whole way through, I could relax inside, but I couldn't relax from how much I was pushing. A tough one, so do not make too many mistakes. Have you mistake or anything? I guess I can do a little bit of credit for that, So yeah, a tough challenge rain, but having this for McLaren, I wanna give a big thanks. They have given me an amazing car. So love to shout them. Okay, about don't over pushing thing, Lando's answer. I don't know. I just drive, I guess. Max was quick. I I know I had like good space, but I made one mistake in turn six, and Max were in the DRS, and DRS around is quite powerful around a second or so advantage. A couple of little looks, and I had to check my mirror a few more times than what I would have liked. I should calm, and I kept it together, and I listened to Will, which is the most important thing. Will is race engineer. Lando on being the championship leader. You hope so. Yeah, it's a confidence booster. My weekend with them, my weekend has been amazing. FP and FP Korean race. It's not easy to put a weekend together like this. It's not easy to put a weekend together like this. But yeah, Lando seems to be quite happy with the race, and so he should be because uh, in such changing weather conditions and all those, he's still able to come out on top and win the race, which is quite amazing to be honest. So yeah, thank you very much for all the support throughout the stream, guys. I'll now just bring out the end screen, and if you guys might have any questions or anything want to ask about the race, feel free to ask in the live chat. I will surely go and answer them. But till now, here is the outro.